Hello and welcome to DevWave Diaries. If you're ready to level up your web development skills, you've come to the perfect place. In today's video, I'll show you how to create this type of hover effect using CSS Clip-Path property. Let's get into it. Let's start by creating a div with the class name container. Inside this div, add another div with the class name box. Then, within box, create an h1 tag and write any text you like. For example, you could use hover to reveal the magic text. Next, create a div with the class name clipbox, and inside it, add an image tag. Now, let's duplicate the box div 3 more times. You can do this easily by pressing Alt plus Shift plus down arrow. This shortcut will quickly copy the entire box div and paste it right below. Before moving to the next step, let's add some image links within the src attribute of each image tag. This will ensure that all images are ready and visible for the upcoming animation steps. Once this is done, we'll proceed the next step for this animation. Now, as you can see, I've added all the image links inside the src attribute of each image tag. This is the only HTML code we need for this animation. Now, let's move on to the CSS. First, we need to create the CSS boilerplate code. Set the margin to 0 and padding to 0 to eliminate any default padding and margin within elements. Finally, we'll apply the box sizing property and set it to border box. This means that the width and height of the elements will include padding and borders. Next, let's add Google Fonts to our website. Visit the Google Fonts website. I will share the link in the video description. Once you're there, choose the font you want. For example, I will choose the Laura font. After selecting the font, click the Get Font button on the left side. Then, click on the Embedded Code option. Copy all the link tags provided and paste them after the normal CSS link tag in our HTML code. After that, open the Google Fonts website again and scroll down a bit. Then, copy the font family style for the font you've chosen and paste it inside the CSS boilerplate code. Next, let's add styles to the HTML and body elements. Set the width and height to 100% ensures that these elements take up the entire viewport. We'll also set the background color to #17153B, which is a dark shade, providing a nice contrast for any content we place on top. Now, let's add styles to the container div. Set its width to 100% and height to 100 VH, which means it will take up the full height of the viewport. We'll use display flex to enable flexbox layout. To center the content, set justify content to center and align items to center. Finally, we'll add a gap of 2 rem between the items, providing some space for better visual separation. Next, let's add styles to the box div. Set the position to relative to allow for absolute positioning of any child elements. We'll set the width to 18 rem and the height to 25 rem to define its size. Adding a border radius of 20 pixel will give it rounded corners, enhancing the overall aesthetic. We'll also use display flex to enable flexbox layout, centering its contents with justify content, center and align items, center. After that, add color to #3BD3F8 to maintain the vibrant text color. For the background, use a linear gradient at a 135-degree angle, then add the following color's hex code inside the linear gradient. This gradient will add depth and visual interest to our cards. Next, set the cursor to pointer to indicate that the box is interactive. Finally, use overflow, hidden to ensure that any content that exceeds the boundaries of the box will be hidden. Now, if you open the browser, you will see all the card structures displayed. However, the images inside the cards may not be set properly yet. Next, let's add styles to the clipbox div. Set its position to absolute so it can be positioned relative to the box div. We'll set the width and height to 100% to ensure it takes up the entire area of the box. Additionally, set overflow to hidden to prevent any content from spilling outside the boundaries. Finally, add a transition of 1.2 seconds to allow for smooth animations when the clipbox changes. Now, let's style the images inside the clipbox. Set the width and height to 100% so that the images fill the entire clipbox area. Use ObjectFit cover to ensure that the images maintain their aspect ratio while covering the entire space, preventing any distortion. Next, let's add the ClipPath property to the clipbox div. Set it to circle, 10% at 50% 50%. This will create a circular clipping effect, making the content inside the clipbox appear as a circle with a radius of 10%, centered within the box. Now, open the Inspect tab in your browser and select the clipbox div. In the CSS panel, locate the ClipPath style. Use the up arrow key to increase the value. As you do this, you will see the size of the circle increase, allowing more of the image to become visible inside the box. When the ClipPath value reaches near 100%, the image will fully cover the cards. We will use this concept to create the animation. Next, let's add styles for the clipbox when the box is hovered. Set the ClipPath to circle, 100% at 50% 50%. This will create an animation effect where the image expands to fully cover the card when the user hovers over the box. Now, open the browser and hover over the card. You will see the circle become bigger, and the card will be filled with the image. Next, change the clipbox's ClipPath style from 10% to 0%. This adjustment will ensure that the image remain hidden at first, and when we hovered the card it become fully visible. Next, let's add styles to all H1 tags. Set the font size to 2.2 rem for a prominent display. Align the text to the center to ensure it looks balanced. Set the font weight to 400 for a regular weight, and add padding of 0.1 rem to provide some horizontal spacing. Now, open the browser, and you will see all the cards with text. When you hover over the cards, the image will appear and fill the entire card, creating an amazing image-filling card animation. If you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay updated with all our latest content. Your support helps us create more exciting and valuable videos. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode of DevWave Diaries.